What we're going to do now is demonstrate each of one of the most common forms of shot shells. I'm going to shoot 1 round of slug, 1 round of buck, and 1 round of birdshot at the target at about 12 yards. 12 yards will represent just about the furthest distance that you're going to engage inside of a home defense situation. I'm not talking about outside, I'm talking about inside your home. Right now we're at about 12 yards, so 36 feet. If you can find a 36-foot shot somewhere in your house, you're living pretty well. Now that I have you up close and personal, let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing here on the target. In any home defense situation, whether it's with a shotgun or anything else, you're accountable for every round that you fire. For every projectile that leaves your weapon, you have ultimate accountability. So that being said, let's talk about the slug, the first round we fired. One of its strengths is it is a single projectile, so you're only accountable for the one projectile. The problem with it is it tends to overpenetrate. Now, they cause massive amounts of trauma. I can attest to that personally. The first time I ever shot a person was with a shotgun slug. They are devastatingly effective. But when you're talking about a home defense situation where you could have people behind walls, and let's face it, the walls in most modern homes aren't exactly bullet stoppers, you can have problems. Next one we're going to talk about here is this birdshot. Now you can see that the pattern's nice and wide. The problem with that is the pattern's nice and wide. We have all the accountability issues that we talked about earlier. The other problem is the projectiles are so light that they don't transmit trauma. If you shoot somebody with birdshot, you're not going to stop them, you're going to piss them off. They're going to come after you harder. So let's just take birdshot out of the conversation, period, when it comes to home defense ammo. It's not appropriate. There's myths out there that talk about it, but it's not. I'm speaking from experience. Stay away from birdshot for home defense. Last one we're going to talk about, buckshot. You can see that it's one nice tight hole. This was at 12 yards. This should dispel some of those myths you've heard about the shotgun not needing to be aimed. You absolutely have to aim the shotgun. These myths that you hear over gun store counters where people say, oh, you just point it in that general direction and you're gonna hit them. Absolutely false. Even when you're talking about birdshot, it's false. With buckshot, the proof is right here. It's patently false. Now, one of the other cool things about buckshot, when you're shooting at this distance, it stays together until it tends to hit a body. When it hits a body or hits an object, then the pellets tend to separate and they cause more trauma, and they each have their own wound path, which can be devastating. As you move further back with buckshot, it will tend to spread, but I can tell you from experience with this particular round that even out to 35, 40 yards, all of the pellets are still on a human silhouette. It's pretty impressive. Undisputed king of home defense as far as I'm concerned, and it's what you should be feeding your Mossberg shotgun for home defense situations.